Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to review Marvel's Ant-Man. Here's a little bit about Ant-Man. Scott Lang is an ex-con who's really good at stealing things. When he gets out of jail, he gets a really big tip on a major heist. He finds himself armed with this super suit that can shrink him down to the size of an ant. Under the guidance of the suit's former owner, Dr. Hank Pym, Scott is enlisted to pull off the biggest heist of his life, and a lot is at stake. That's all for now. Let's get to the good.
The good.
From the very beginning, you can tell that comedy is going to be the biggest highlight of this movie. There were constant chuckle-worthy moments and a couple of laugh-out-loud moments, which make this movie very funny, but not necessarily hysterical. Best of all, none of the humor seemed forced in any way. It all just connected and flowed naturally with the movie. Contrary to what happens in the comic books, Michael Douglas's character, Dr. Hank Pym, has a very interesting twist that fits very nicely for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and probably for other Marvel properties as well. Paul Rudd's character is really easy to relate to, mainly because of the fact that he's got plenty of wit and charisma. It's probably fair to say that Michael Peña's character is going to steal the show with all of his funny scenes. The action scenes were very nicely done, and there is a surprise scene in there that I really can't describe too much because, well, if I did, it would just spoil it. But it is a nice addition for the sake of continuity based off of Marvel's previous film. One last little thing, the CGI that they used in this film was remarkable. If you can't even tell what part I'm talking about that uses the CGI, it's probably just a testament to how good the CGI was implemented. All right, let's get to the bad.
The bad.
The majority of this film is very predictable, and it's kind of done in this cookie cutter fashion. They drop so many hints and so much foreshadowing that the main plot is already laid out before you even see it. Now, while Paul Rudd does do a really good job as Scott Lang, this role is not a big stretch for him at all. So if you're not a fan of his comedic style, then, well, you might be disappointed because it's the same old Paul Rudd. Maybe it's just me, but I was taken back at the fact that they had so many swear words in this movie. I mean, I know it was PG-13, but we're so used to seeing a family and kid-friendly version for Marvel. This was just a little bit shocking. So parents beware, I guess, if you care at all. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the reason.
The reason.
Now, I know many of you are gonna have this one burning question on your mind, which is, was this better than Avengers Age of Ultron? Well, my answer to that is gonna be wrong comparison. Avengers Age of Ultron was a different type of movie. It was a superhero movie that had superheroes in it. Ant-Man, on the other hand, is a heist movie that has a superhero in it. So think of like Ocean's 11, but with superhero. Now, this is kind of similar to what they did with Captain America 2. Captain America was a spy espionage conspiracy movie that happened to have a superhero in it. The closest comparison I would make is probably Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. Both of the movies dealt with very unknown characters to the general public. I would say that Ant-Man is going to be a success because it takes an unknown character and makes him very relatable and probably going to be a fan favorite later in future movies. Feel free to skip over the IMAX or 3D versions of this movie. It just wasn't worth it this time around. Don't forget that there are 2 end credit scenes at the end of the movie. Now, as for the rating for this film, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think the overall impression you'll get for this movie is the fact that it's funny, it's entertaining, it's good, but not epic. I've got more videos and reviews coming up, so please stay tuned. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave us a nice big fat thumbs up. Leave your comments down below and tell me what you thought about the movie. You can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at spoiler-free. You can also read my reviews at emansmoviereviews.com and sign up for our email list to get my latest reviews. All the links are in the description. Until next time, I'll see you guys.